Hi guys, thanks for coming back to the channel. In this video I want to talk to you about my RX570 4GB mining rig, the one you see on the screen, cost to build, ROI, parts I've used, power consumption, and obviously I'm going to show you the rig mining away. So as you can see, I'm very happy with this rig, by the way guys. 6 GPU RX570, very stable so far. I had some issues which I'm going to share with you in a moment, but at the moment it's working very stable. I'm very happy with it. So let's look at first of all the cost to build, the parts I've used. So I've used once again the ASRock H81 Pro BTC R2.0. It costed me to purchase $95. As you can see on my previous rig, I had to pay $130 for this motherboard. Now I've paid $95. Not too bad. I'm happy with the motherboard. This is why I went for it. The PSU, I use the EVGA 1200 P2 Supernova. The first time I'm using EVGA, I'm quite satisfied with it. So the cost for this one wasn't too bad as well, $385. Next thing, I use the Adate 4GB times 2, this version, premium version DDR3 1600 megahertz. Again, I don't need an expensive memory for the mining rig, so I'm happy with this particular memory. I've used it on all my mining rigs, so for it I paid $75 for 8GB 2 times 4. Next thing is the SSD Kingston UV 400. Once again, the same I've used on the other rigs, 120 gigabyte, and it costed me $60. Next thing is the processor. I paid $50. It is the Intel Celeron G1840 2.8 gigahertz. This is the one that is supported by this motherboard. This is why I went for it, and also the price wasn't too bad. Risers, I paid $50. This is the risers I used. Again, just a riser that does the job. Nothing really special in here. The frame, I built it myself once again using aluminium and a bit of wood. Very happy with it, and it cost me only $6 to build it myself. And finally, the Sapphire Nitro Plus RX570 4GB, the beasts, which I'm mining obviously, $2,145 for all 6. I don't know, it is, I think, a bit expensive, but that's the least I could find them for. I went for it, and they are working away. Hopefully they will be able to make me lots of money. Total cost, as you can see guys, $2,866. Not too bad. Again, some of you may be able to build it for cheaper. Some of you may have to spend a bit more, but this is how much it costed me. And this is the actual graphic cards I've used, the Sapphire Nitro Plus RX570 Radeon. Right, so let's look at now the mining, how much I'm making, and the break-even point. I'm a bit shocked actually guys, but I'll show it to you in a moment. So before we get to the ROI between Ethereum and Ubik, I am currently mining Ubik. I'm getting slightly less profits. I know a lot of people will call me that I'm crazy or stupid for doing that, but I feel like I just can't be bothered really for having to exchange my Ethereum, getting the Ethereum into my wallet, then send it to an exchange, sell it, then buying the Ubik in order to make slightly more. What I'm going for at the moment, to be honest with you guys, is not the US dollars value, because it is not that high at all. It's in fact, I think is very low, and hopefully we're not going to see mining dying away just like it had a few years ago. But what I'm going for is the actual cryptocurrency numbers, and by mining Ubik I'm getting much more than mining Ethereum. I'm holding it. I have a goal that I want to achieve in terms of how many I want to have, and at that point I may decide to switch, but if tomorrow Ethereum obviously gets a bit more profitable, I may switch even prior to that, but at the moment I'm sticking to Ubik, going for my goal. But mining Ethereum, I will be making, if I switch, $4.38 per day. That's after obviously electricity. Weekly $30, monthly $131, and yearly $1,597. So as you can see guys, not a lot at all. I'm looking to close to 2 years just to break even on the mining rig, which, to be honest with you, it is a long time. This is why I said currently cryptocurrency, and always really it has been, you gotta mine, you gotta be prepared to risk hold long term and hope that the price will spike so you can really make profits out of your mining. Other than that, it is not point currently to mine, build a rig, mine and sell immediately, simply because it's not worth it. You can clearly see what's the point of mining, selling immediately and breaking even in 2 years. I just wouldn't do it. So moving on to Ubik. Same numbers, the only difference obviously the pool fee 1.5, and as you can see I'm currently making 3.61 per day, weekly 25, monthly 108, and yearly 1,316. Again, as I said, much less than the Ethereum. Well, not much, but it is still less, about 200 and a bit dollars per year. But obviously the numbers of Ubik I'm getting is much higher. So what I'm hoping is once I achieve a certain goal, I probably will place them on an exchange with a sell order. And you saw what happened if you watched my video in regards to Zcash. Yesterday spiked within an hour from 200 and a bit to $410. So for instance, if I place, let's say 2,000, 3,000 Ubik into an exchange with a sell order of $10, $15, I may get lucky. For whatever reason, I could be in bed, sleeping, and something may happen out there, Ubik spike to $15, $20, whatever, and I may get lucky and I may hit the jackpot. And this is why I really want this cryptocurrency, the numbers of cryptocurrency, guys. I mean, look at it, monthly I'm getting 105 Ubik compared to just 0.71 with Ethereum, and eventually I can guarantee you these numbers will drop further and further and further and further. I've mined Ubik now for quite some time, and to begin with I was mining much more than that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was much more than that. So obviously this is what I'm going for, the numbers of Ubik. Again, I could go for Ethereum, try to exchange and all this, but you gotta pay fees to send to an exchange, you gotta pay fee to sell, you gotta pay fee then to buy, you gotta pay fee then to take it out. You still gotta pay, and obviously it requires work and all these things, so I just don't want to do it. I'm going straight for the Ubik until I reach my goal. And my goal currently, guys, is, to be honest with you, get about 3,000 to 4,000 Ubik, hopefully, and then again, as I said, I may consider mining something else, and hope that I'll be able to hit it big when the spike of Ubik price happens. Every cryptocurrency has its good days, and I'm sure a spike will happen eventually. I just obviously need to have first the Ubik, place it into an exchange, and then just set myself a sell order. And you know what, if it never happened, never happened, but if it happened, hit it big and that's it. Or I may decide to hold for a few years and see where it takes me. Right, so here is the mining rig mining away. As you can see, I'm getting 168, pretty much stable on the mining rig, on a 850 watts, guys, on the wall. Not too bad at all. It is working stable. The temperature of the GPUs, as you can see, 50, 51, 57, 58, 57, not too bad at all. 54, I'm very happy with it. It's working very stable. I was able to do to get the rig down to 730 watts, guys, on the wall. I think 730 or 750. That was, it was mind-blowing, obviously, getting this number, but it wasn't stable. It was obviously freezing. I tried it twice. The first time it worked, I think, about 24 hours. I was actually lucky that it got to 24 hours, but then it just freezed. I tried obviously doing it again. It kept freezing almost every 5 minutes. Then I put it back to this 850 watts. It worked. After a day, I said to myself, okay, let's try again. I again dropped it down to 700 and I think, let's say 750 watts. Again, it worked nearly a day, but then again it freezed. So I said to myself, you know what, I can't be bothered with that. So I'm just currently having it at 850 watts, producing 168 mega hashes. I'm very happy with it. And again, as I said, currently I'm nowhere near thinking of selling. It's all about holding because it's not worth it. If you are thinking of building a mining rig and mining and then selling immediately, just don't do it, guys. There are better opportunities out there than that, to break even in 2 years. And in fact, with mining, the current price is actually going to be a bit more than 2 years. It's just not worth it. Just buy the actual cryptocurrency and hold, so at least you don't have to go through the hustle that building it, buying parts if something gets faulty and all this, looking after it, or go for other, obviously, an investment. You can check them out in if you're interested, down below the description section. But this is it, guys. This is the rig. This is what I'm getting. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to Subscribe and share if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. If you have any questions, guys, always happy to answer them, but I think I've covered most of it. Cost to build, ROI, is it worth actually mining, what I'm mining, here it is, the rig mining away and whatnot. Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.